First of all, I want to welcome everyone out on this warm July day here in Columbia to celebrate a ribbon cutting and grand opening for our Lincoln Tunnel Greenway project. So this is a very exciting time for Richland County and the city of Columbia. I want to thank some of the my council members that are here, Councilman Livingston, Councilman Manning, who's back here, City Council, our Mayor, Mayor Benjamin, City Councilwoman Devine, and our school board member, City Councilman Duvall, and our school board member, Mr. Devine, as well. Today we celebrate a new opportunity for citizens and outdoor enthusiasts to enjoy a trail that showcases the natural beauty of our great city and our county. We are also thankful to our partners, the City of Columbia, the Department of Parks and Recreation and Tourism, for helping us with this project. The Lincoln Greenway is Richland County's first Greenway project, and the reason why that's important, if you've heard in the news, we've had a lot going on with as it relates to the Penny project, and just to be able to see these projects come to fruition, to ensure the taxpayers that their dollars are being spent in the appropriate manner is a big deal. And that's why it's important that we celebrate these grand openings. Richland County's Transportation Penny Program is vital to improving the quality of life for roads, transit system, and connectivity. This Greenway is just one of the few projects that will be completed in this summer alone. The pedestrian bridge at the river, at the Riverwalk at the zoo and garden, the intersection improvement for the Summit Ridge and Summit Parkway, the Inner Vista Phase 1, and the Jouster Street Dirt Road paving project are some of the projects that will be completed this summer. We're glad to be here and celebrate with you today, and we ask that you, after this ribbon cutting ceremony, that you enjoy this Greenway project. At this time, I'm going to ask some of my colleague, Mr. Livingston, to come forward and give a few words. He'll be followed by Mayor Benjamin, and then City Councilwoman Tamika Isaac Devine.
Good evening. You know, it is indeed an absolute genuine pleasure for me to be afforded this opportunity to bring remarks on behalf of Richland County Ad Hoc Committee for the Penny Program, as well as those individuals that I represent here in Richland County Council District 4. You know, the Lincoln Tunnel Greenway is the first Greenway project completed under the Penny Program. That makes this a great day for the citizens and visitors of Richland County. You know, when you travel to Greenville, you know, you have to hear about the Rabbit Trail Greenway. When I travel to Charleston, I got to hear about the Sugar Creek Greenway. So now when folks travel to Columbia, I want them to go back and talk about, you know, our Greenway here. Now this tour adds so much to our community, new terrain, our city development and growth. So that makes it exciting to us. Let me mention too the contractors that were hired to do this. AOS, especially the contractors, Incorporated. These are folks who are local. And remember, one commitment here was to keep our jobs local. And so we're excited about that. And local folks who can do a great job, and you can see that. You know, and this project, like many projects, remember, costs money, and that's why we want you to be aware of the significant benefit of your penny. This was a $1.2 million project. We're very fortunate to have the collaboration of South Carolina Parks and Recreation, the Tourism Department, as well as the City of Columbia to make this work. Great collaborations. So keep in mind that our Greenway is just a start, you know, in terms of the profound impact that our penny will have on our community. So lots of change is happening. And Mayor Benjamin, I want you to know now at some point I'm going to challenge you to a walk or a jog or a bike ride, but I'm going to let you choose the choice of which one you want to take, okay? All right. On a more serious note, we're moving our county forward with projects like this one. We're adding other layers to our already multifaceted and beautiful community. The Penny Program is crucial to making all of this happen. and we want to thank you so much for your support. You know, this project is rather unique and personal to me. As in my early teen years, I actually lived on Elmwood Avenue, and at that particular time, being a very young, immature teenager, you know, the quickest way to get to downtown was the railroad track. So I want you to know I'm already very familiar with the tunnel. Unfortunately, at that time, you know, like I said, I wasn't very smart because there was a live train coming through very often too. So now, just to think I can walk and jog through there without having to worry about my safety. The Greenway project is now a living and breathing part of the fabric of our city and county. It is my hope and belief that the citizens will utilize our Greenway and appreciate the importance of this to our community. So again, thank all of you for being here this evening. I hope you have your bikes, your walking shoes, and whatever it takes for you to enjoy this wonderful, great Lincoln Tunnel Greenway. Again, thank you all so very much for coming.
Tell you guys, Paul is always so competitive, so competitive. We usually have a great cornhole competition every year at the North Columbia Business Association's festival, and the county would win every year except for this year, I believe. The year I didn't participate, we actually won, so go figure. It's a real pleasure to be here, what they call the Lincoln Tunnel Greenway or the Vista Greenway. This is a manifestation of the hard work and vision of so many people for so long. I know Tamika's going to reference some of the leadership of the Elmwood Park Neighborhood Association, those in the Arsenal Hill Neighborhood Association, the Vista, people who are an active part of our arts and cultural community, some dedicated city planners, and I dare say the best bicycle and pedestrian advisory committee you could ever have in any city in America. Neighborhood leaders, business leaders, design professionals, everyone coming together trying to make sure that we add value to what it means to quality of life here in Columbia, South Carolina, and this is a very big deal. The significant boundaries that are coming down, separating the central business district and the Vista from North Columbia, finally be able to walk, and we're gonna deal with this. I remember when we first installed this pedestrian operated traffic signal, I made it a point that I wanted to be the very first person to try it, and press the button. Dana Higgins remembers and almost got killed here on Taylor Street. But it's progress. It's progress. We're moving forward, and we're connecting the city in so many different ways. And I'm not going to get into naming a lot more names. So I do want to give Dana Higgins and Natalie Britt, who is the first chair of our BPAC, the physical changes that we're beginning to see, and seeing that vision manifesting itself into the transportation pennies vision and the resources that the taxpayers of Richland County have put forward, coming through a fantastic park that will be a world-class park once again. All these things are coming together to show people what it means to live in the most talented, educated, and entrepreneurial city in America. So I want to thank each and every one of you for the work that you do. Columbia is on the rise because of the people that are standing right here within eyeshot. We're going to do great things together, and this is another significant step forward. I do want to say this as I introduce her, that so many things that we've done here in the city the last several years, particularly on connecting people in a downtown, walkable, bikeable way, started with Tamika Isaac Devine's vision and pushing for the establishment of the Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee. She gives me a lot of credit for it, but she was the one who was pushing to make this happen, and starting to see the fruits of those labors come to reality right now with significant announcements like this. It's just downright exciting. So I want to give you guys City Councilwoman Tamika Isaac Devine.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm not going to be long because I know I'm the only one standing between me and my kids getting on their bikes on that trail, and they've been on me for a month to be able to do that. But I just want to thank you all so much for being here, and I cannot let this evening go without saying how much we are appreciative of the citizens of Richland County. We have been talking about this part of the Greenway and others, just connecting the city for many years, but as you all know, having a great idea is one thing, having the money to make it a reality is another. And being able to do this and do it well, we would not have been able to do it without the Richland County Penny. And so we thank the citizens of Richland County. We thank Richland County Council and the Oversight Committee for making sure that this project was included in the list of projects. And I'm very, very excited to be here. I did just briefly want to, and there's a lot of people who've gone into making this active, but I will tell you, the mayor talks about how I've kept this and other projects on the forefront, and I'll tell you, I do that mainly because I have several people, but particularly 2 people, always in my ear about getting this done. And so I don't want this evening and this celebration to go without recognizing them. And Steve, if you and Howard could help me. Howard, can you grab that stuff right there beside John? And if I could ask Cliff Spann and John Gibson to join us real quickly. When many years ago, I want to say when I first got on council, this part of the Greenway was already being discussed. But when I first got on council many years ago, 2 people in particular, and I say 2 people, really 3 people, because I saw Jim Prater walk up as well. But people were in my ear about wanting to see this happen, and so I just wanted to present them with a token. And Jim, yours will be coming because I didn't know you were coming, but I want to make sure that you all have a token of our appreciation for you as Jim, you go join us as city leaders, neighborhood leaders, and have a token of our appreciation to make sure. Tori and Paul, will you join us too? But this is just a rendering of the Greenway so that you all can have and take home, and always in recognition, and they say presented to John Gibson and Cliff Spann, and we will have one for Jim, in appreciation of your generous support and dedicated service to our community. Wednesday, July 13th, 2016, Lincoln Tunnel, Vista Greenway, ribbon cutting ceremony.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Jim, you're the reason for this.
Yeah, you are.
You're the one that blabbed
May I
about
get
that
that clip?
down.
Yes.
We done? All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you to the speakers today. At this time, I want to ask that our council members, Richland County Council, the City of Columbia council members, and Ms. Pratt with the Department of, Parks, Recreation, and Tourism, if you can come forward for the ribbon cutting.